Hello, welcome to the channel, The Dry Omas, The Three Grandmothers. I'm your host, Carmen. Today we have a very interesting translation. Do you believe in prophecies? I want you to remember that a copy of this translation can be found in my blog, thedryomas.blog. And you can find the links to the old videos with the previously Saqqara translation in the box of comments. Nowadays, it's currently very fashionable that an asteroid will collapse the Earth or will collapse the Moon. Around 2032, some weeks ago, the NASA has done some communications, and there is a forecast where the trajectory and the impact will be happening. But what if I tell you that in Egypt, in the Saqqara coffins in the Serapeum, there is one inscription talking about that, talking about death will fall. This text is on one top lid, this on the side of one coffin. In the previous translation, we analyzed Rab by the Hair. This picture is very famous in several pyramids, and it's about the old war about the eagle and the snake. Other translation was about the crowned king that was tied up. Who was this crowned king? And this translation is about the dead will fall. Because of the ancient conflict that resulted in the Great Flood, the split of the continent, Pangaea, was 10,000 years ago. There is no million of years. We were one single continent only 10,000 years ago. But this conflict that result in the cataclysm is the most kept secret, and it's about the death of Maria. That is the conflict that result in the cataclysm and deliberate impact against the continent. Around the world, there are many histories. There was a time when the moon did not exist in the sky. Let's read something about that. You can find it not only in the Greeks, you can find it in the Akkadians, in even the Africa traditions. And the old traditions remind us our past. For example, this one from Apollonius of Rhodes. A time when not all the celestial objects existed in the sky, before the time of the Deucalions and Pyrrha's generation, before the cataclysm. The Arcadians are said to have possessed their land before the birth of Zeus, and the folk is older than the moon. The moon was brought hundreds of generations ago by two brothers of alien form, Wowane and Mpaku. That is a Zulu tradition in Africa. Let's begin with the translation. I want to make a disclaimer. Some symbols are not part of the text of the author Alexandre Eleazar. I'm marking here these symbols. These are proposals of my own. I am taking the ideogram and explore the possible meaning in the Old Basque, and then making jackpot combination between consonants and vowels. Always remember, jackpot. Important is the consonants, and you can play by varying the vowels. In this case, The reading direction is from the right to the left. Humble warning. Death, death will fall. This ideogram represents the moon. In the old basket, all the names of the moon phases have the word il, which means death. The moon is associated with death. Why? Because we have learned that there was a time without moon. The moon was after the cataclysm. They have called it to the greatest messenger of lightning. The emperor is fantastic. This symbol I haven't deciphered very good, but in the whole cartridges, you can read Tom and patience. So it's like the emperor is fantastic, and he will wait patient in his tomb. But the important of this text is messenger of lightning. What is this referring to? As we have studied in the past, the cataclysm, or this deliberate impact against the continent, was done by Zeus or Jesus, but the real one, the first one. And it's very characteristic because he's the god of thunder or the god of lightning. He has his spoke. I found this picture, I don't know the author, but literally that was the old war, the eagle against the snake. The god of thunder against Ra. Ra is from the nation of the snake. Let's continue. If Ra gives a look, it will end. There are two possible translations here. One is full of sadness in foreign country of the dog nation, and the other one is the meteorite will last the dogs. A strong click B will decide to make. High severe B boss. What is this dog nation? Pato nation. It's referred to Egypt. The oldest culture on the planet is not the Babylonian or the Anunnakis, as Wikipedia told us. It's Egypt, the Egyptatos, because they are the cousins of the other civilization in Antarctica. And that is why Antarctica is very close, and you are not allowed to go unless you have an invitation or you have a passport for Antarctica. Because the main civilization is there in Manaus, in Antarctica. Shelter him, our Father, farewell. So basically, it's a warning. What is that? What is this death that will fall? According to the old prophecies, Theos or Jesus, the one and single Jesus, not the Christianity, that was later. That was a religion deliberately created. We are talking about here Zeus, the god of thunder. It will have 3 incarnations, and during 3 lives, he will be fighting against the snake. And in the final fight, he will impact the moon against the continent again. That is the judgment day. And the clock is ticking. Tick tock, tick tock. Will that be truth? Are we done? Who can say it? But theoretically, when the moon was put there in order to make the planet habitable again, it has a chronometer. It's like the battery. It cannot last forever. It's like a spaceship, a big spaceship that is helping us to keep this planet living. And in certain point, the battery will be over. It's around 5,000 years. So when the battery of the moon is over, theoretically will fall down again. So that is why they are waiting for the third incarnation, because only the real Jesus or the real Zeus can make to work the spaceship again, to avoid that the spaceship that is the moon fall again. And that is why all the religions are waiting for the return of the messiahs. So it's a very deep religious meaning. So the big question is, do you believe in prophecies? Can we save us, or are we doomed? We will see it. Until next time. Bye bye.